We're surrounded by more knowledge than any generation before us, but most of it slips right through our fingers. We're drowning in information, but starving for understanding. It's not enough to capture knowledge. The real power comes when we transform information into insights we can actually use. In this video, I'll show you how I turn what I capture into true understanding, using a few timeless techniques anyone can apply. Welcome back to Digital Perivalon. In the last episode, I showed you my knowledge capture system in Notion, how I collect and organize what I learn, but capturing is only the first step. Today, we'll talk about the second step, how to process that captured information so it becomes true understanding. We live in an age of information overload. Articles, podcasts, courses, endless videos. The problem isn't access, the problem is processing. Information without processing is like food without digestion. You can consume a lot, but if your body doesn't process it, you gain nothing. The same is true with knowledge. That's why we often finish a book or course feeling inspired in the moment, but a week later, we can't recall or apply it. We consumed, but we didn't process. If you've ever wondered why you keep learning but not changing, this is the missing link. So how do we transform information into understanding? Through active engagement. Here are a few timeless techniques that work for me. Firstly, the Feynman technique. Try explaining the idea in simple language, as if you're teaching a child. If you struggle, you don't fully understand it yet. It forces you to expose the gaps in your thinking. The second one, the Zettelkasten principle. Break down what you learn into atomic notes, one idea per note, and link it to the related concept. This builds a web of understanding, not just a pile of notes. This is the concept I use in my Notion Knowledge Hub. Thirdly, spaced reflection. Don't review once and forget it. Revisit your notes over time, weekly, monthly. Each revisit deepens the pathways in your memory. A great tool for this is Readwise. It automatically resurfaces your highlights and notes from books, articles, or podcasts. So instead of letting them fade, you're reminded of them just as you're about to forget them. That timing strengthens recall and transforms scattered notes into living knowledge. Fourthly, application. Use the idea in real life, even in small ways. Knowledge without application remains theory. When I review my Notion notes, I don't just reread them. I ask, can I explain this? How does it connect? Where can I use it? That process is what turns raw information into lasting understanding. And that's when your knowledge starts to work for you, not just sit on a screen. Understanding is power. Information is external. It sits on the page or on the screen. Understanding is internal. It reshapes how you think, decide, and act. Mortimer Adler, in How to Read a Book, said, "True learning is when the book reads you back." In other words, understanding is when knowledge becomes part of who you are. And this is the real advantage in the digital age. Everyone has access to the same information, but those who process it into understanding, they stand apart. Understanding isn't about remembering more, it's about changing how you see. So don't stop at capturing information, process it, engage with it, apply it until it becomes true understanding. If you start using even one of these techniques, you'll notice what you learn starts to stick and starts to shape how you're thinking. So once you truly understand something, the next step is to share it. Because sharing doesn't divide knowledge, it multiplies it. That's what we'll explore in the next episode. If this video helped you, subscribe and share it with someone who's feeling overwhelmed by information. They might need this message. And here's a reflection for you. What's one piece of information you've recently processed into true understanding? Leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you made it click. Thanks for watching.